Dude, you're gonna level my shit up real quick.
I just gave dude an entire weapons case, and I still have it, and now he has it.
What the?
Go to your stash. Make sure you have that. They might not be able to.
If somebody if no one reports it, it probably won't happen.
Yeah, nobody, because it's not reportable.
He's not killing. They'd have to see a video. They'd have to see a video of us doing.
Not only that, but they wouldn't ban you. They'd only ban you for like 60, 30 days, right?
And they wouldn't ban me because it wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything.
No fucking way he actually has it.
Look at my inventory now. I don't
Dude,
even.
You're rich as fuck now.
I don't even have room for.
Yeah, there's no point. There's no point in playing now. There's literally no point in playing. People could just dupe their entire fucking stash.
Okay, so I've seen a ton of people talking about this duping loot and cheaters duping loot and all this other stuff that's been going on. The flea market is pretty cooked this wipe. It's been a lot worse in other wipes, but not many people have really spoken about it. I spoke about it in a video last wipe. The bots were actually way worse in previous wipes, but all the stuff is happening. And unfortunately, another thing that's going on is there is actually also a bug in the game where you can duplicate items that you die with in raid, and your teammates can also take those items out of the raid, and you also get back to your stash and you still have those items on yourself. I'm going to break down and explain how it's happening and what's going on with it, and why the flea market is completely cooked this wipe. Now, I've actually had several people demonstrate it to me in calls. I've seen heaps of people talking about it at the moment. You know, I hate being the first guy to talk about stuff like this, especially bugs that can just be exploited non-stop and just ruin the game. Everyone's talking about this. It's something that's been going on since wipe. So basically, a player can take insane amount of loot into a raid if they wait to, at first I think it was like 9-10 minutes into the raid, they could leave the raid and they would keep the items and the teammates could also grab it. But then that got patched, and now the current method that people have been showing me in a call is waiting till there's around 3-4 minutes left in the raid. And it's something to do with if your feet are off the ground, like if you jump, or if you jump off something and you're in the air and you press escape, it sort of like freezes your game, and then you quickly leave the raid, and then you heal, you get back to your stash, you have all your stuff. But then whoever's in the raid with you also, they can grab all that stuff. And it's been happening since the start of wipe. There sort of was like a little thing put in place that stopped the initial way very recently, but it's still happening for the guys that wait to the end of the raid and that aren't on the ground, that jump. I think it's like 2-3 minutes left in the raid, and then leave the raid. And yeah, we were able to replicate it in my Discord. Hopefully, it's insane that BSG doesn't... Yeah, like with all the other stuff that goes on, like the flea market bots and everything else, it's really not great for this wipe. Like, the economy's cooked. A lot of people in my Discord are upset about it and said they're probably going to stop playing this wipe because of it. It's not good. The ammo on the flea at the moment is insane. All the meta ammo is like really cheap. And I remember when everyone was complaining because they wanted all the meta ammo back on the flea and they wanted found in raid gone, and this is what happens when flea market bots and everything go into overdrive. Then meta ammo goes down to super cheap. There's so much of it and the economy gets cooked, and I think this is why they wanted it previously how it was before, and this is kind of the consequences of when it gets bad.
I need to see this dupe. I know people are duping, bro. I feel it in my bones. Everybody's telling me, no, they're just flipping on the Flea. I think these are duping, to be honest. Because, like, some of this stuff is insane, dude. Like, 56A1's the best example, right? The 56A1 market was not this, and now it is. Like, this guy's selling over 45,000 rounds. And he's got, 2,000 hours, a 10 KD. His kit's actually changed from earlier. He's still playing. This guy, this guy's done all these raids and sat there scalping the Flea allegedly for 45,000 rounds. This try PvE guy's got 20,000 rounds up. But the bolts is what's weird, man. And they're not cheap enough to really be selling often. But if you sort by offers, like the amount in the listing, my man's got 298, 295, 295, 294, 259, 259, 259, 259, 254, 252, 246. So, like, technically it's possible. It's possible you could be sitting there refreshing all day, just buying stuff under X amount and then listing it all for the same amount. Like, that's possible. But I just doubt it. I just really doubt it. That's so many. Like, if anything, if this guy isn't duping listings, he's got to have, like, a bot doing it, right? It's got to be some bot shit. It has to be. If it's not duping listings, it's bots. That's all I could possibly imagine. Same with, like this guy's got a bunch of them, too.
Okay, I spoke on the flea market bots last wipe. Maybe at the start of last wipe. It was a while ago now, but these things have been an issue for a long time. They haven't gone away. They have to keep updating them because they get people banned. Every now and then BSG cracks down on them, but there's just so many people making them. There's so many people out there making these things that they're getting uploaded for free on websites, and it's always been an issue. It's always going to be an issue. These things can solve captures. You can choose, like, you can make it buy stuff so then you can sell it for a profit to a trader, and it can do all that for you. You can make it buy certain items if they come up under a certain price. You can set it before you go to sleep to do any of those things, and it will do it. And you wake up in the morning and you have a ton of money. Some of them are rated depending on what you're doing, depending on how you do it. If you do the way where, say if you're going to bed, for example, you set it on to purchase anything that a trader will buy, and the bot will know all the items that a trader will buy, and then it will buy all of them if they're under that price, and you will make a certain amount of profit selling it to them. And what a lot of people do is before they go to bed, they just turn that on, and then they wake up in the morning. It says, I had looked up a couple of them, it says they make about 2 to 4 million per hour, sometimes more, sometimes less. It just depends on the time. But I mean, if you go to sleep for 10 hours, you're going to wake up with probably 30 mil, 40 mil, whatever the mass is on that. I don't know. But yeah, something people seem to be doing more so now is choosing a certain item like bolts or ammo, and then the bot will purchase them and then resell it for a profit and can solve the captures and yeah, that's why you're seeing all this stuff. People that are sitting there saying, oh, I just sit on the flea market and sit there clicking for 20 hours or 6 hours straight. No, it's highly likely. I mean, the guy Trade24K interviewed said that he was cheating, but he's stopped now, and now he just sits there for hours and hours clicking on the flea market instead. No, the guy probably has 2 or 3 accounts, and he probably runs flea market bots and sells all the money that they make to RMT websites to pay for his cheats. He's lying at his ass sitting there saying that he sits there, he stops cheating, and now he just scalps the flea market for 10 hours a day selling bolts. No, his bots are running all night while he's asleep, and then during the day he's cheating. And what he'd be doing is he'd be doing it on alts, and then he'd be sending the money over to his main account, or he'll be selling that money. I mean, me personally, I know how stuff works, and no bloke quits cheating to sit there and scalp the flea market all day instead. No, especially when there's bots that can just do that for you, that are basically free. But anyway, that's pretty much the video. The flea market's cooked. I've been saying this for a while. Yeah.